It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. Well, where are those good old free will values? Wait a minute, those aren't the lyrics. Well, if you have caught that bit, that's partially the theme from Family Guy. And also the theme for this challenge, if you ever want to call it such. That is because we personally will be playing like Luigi does while in Mario Party. Yep, by doing absolutely nothing ourselves, and letting the game raise a toddler, 2 teenagers, a dog, and our lovely couple, all of which are based on the Griffin family from Family Guy. Just like the Griffin family, the Hippogriff family has to deal with the many struggles of being a family. I cannot be at service. I must let free will dictate the Hippogriff family and what they need to do in order to survive quite a few days before the teenagers become adults. And let's see if they can raise a toddler and a dog along the way. From here on out, we'll be focusing on the DVD commentary style, as I didn't, nor did I want to sit or stand for 8 hours just to watch my Sims do everything stupid. I used those 8 hours to focus on other games with my folks at home, while I let my game record and run those 8 hours. I have already provided the 7 to 8 hour version of this session, so you can check that out if you want the full footage of what happened or if you want some background noise related to the Sims 2 gameplay. That being said, here's the more shorter, more cut version with some commentary added alongside with it. So here we are, nothing special here as we begin this challenge off by introducing the Hippogriff household to their new and humble abode. I would have built the iconic Griffin house as a 2-story house, but I went with the 1-story design so that we can see all of the action here. At the 50-second mark is when Pierre makes a friend, ironically enough with Rhonda. Normally Peter uses Meg as a punching bag, but not in this case. Now around the 1 minute mark is when Stubert cuddles with Brain. How wholesome of those two. The relationships between Stewie and Brian are quite an interesting one. They almost seem like frenemies in a way. But Brain was pretty cool with it. We are 2 minutes in and Brain has already destroyed the couch, while Lonnie plays the piano and Stubert begs for his mother's attention, and the rest of the 3 are outside playing kicky bag, I guess? More like just clapping along to nothing. And during that time, Rod Humboldt delivers his computer for the 10 millionth time. How many of these things does he have? I mean, I ain't complaining. I appreciate the gifts, but damn! I can't really do much about him at the moment, I'm afraid. We are 5 minutes in, and Rhonda goes outside to play with Brain, only to fool him by not throwing the stick, and, by the way, that chicken statue is intended to face that way, like he's wanting to challenge Pierre to a fight. The neighbors have arrived, and the folks who've shown up are Peter and Dora Optimus, and Auntie Azul Mangrove. Oh hey, another Peter, but not so fat looking. Still has quite the genetics, I'll say. Anyone who has played The Sims 2 seasons will know who the Optimus family are and how bad their genetics are on top of that. Whereas Auntie Azul is supposed to be based on Auntie Verd from the game Monster Rancher 2. She'll be serving as the aunt for Culty Personality, who happen to have appeared in my Family Fun Stuff Pack playthrough. Sadly, they all do not get invited in because free will does not do that. 12 minutes in and nothing too special has happened, but we did get the notifications regarding college for both Rhonda and Christian. Not that those two will be going to college anytime soon, if at all, but still an update nonetheless. Got Pierre just dancing to some salsa while said notifications are blocking the view partially. 15 minutes in and now we start to get the notification on Stubert being hungry. What the deuce? Where in the deuce is he anyway? I would love to look around for the missing child, but I myself was out playing some Battle Chasers Night War at the time with my dad. We were progressing our New Game Plus save since we finally unlocked it. Nobody in the household seems to notice or care, but that's pretty much normal with Stubert. I also forgot to mention, while the salsa station is fantastic, be sure to get used to this station as that'll be the only station played throughout this video. Minus the intro as well as the outro music, but that's different. I would have loved to do something about it, but then again, I was AFK playing another game while this game was doing all the heavy lifting. Huh, so that's where Stubert was. Inside the outside doghouse. Maybe his secret lair is down there. At least one of the entrances to his lair. Hey, fat man. Stubert said he wanted food, not to take a bath. Father of the year right here, ladies and gentlemen. Good to help his hygiene, sure, but we wouldn't have to bathe a toddler normally unless they shit themselves, or just because. Does anyone even use this feature to begin with? And looks like Pierre has listened to Stubert's request on having some food, and he better be able to deliver some pronto. And looks like he forgot about Stubert again. God damn it, Pierre. Sure, you can feed your dog, no problem, but the kid? Too much work, it looks like. Brain's just wondering what's up. Not much he can do. It's not like he's Brian. Brain's an actual dog, while Brian is a dog, yes, but is more anthropomorphic than the other dogs. Well, just before Stubert even becomes a child, he gets taken away due to neglectful parenting. I seriously wonder how these two are even parents to begin with, but honestly, anyone can be a parent these days by just sticking their hot dog in the taco.
Or is it the bagel?
And just like that, Stubert is now out of the chair, gone, and away from this household. Didn't even last half an hour, but that's the price we'll have to pay when we let the game raise the kids for us. He'll be taken care of in a much better household anyways. And just to make sure that he is safe and sound, here he is, Stubert Hippogriff, the new member of the Smith family. No, not the ones down in Strangetown. The ones down here, in River Blossom Hills. Just your average foster family based on Jack and Sarah from the episode Love Thy Trophy. And now back to the Hippogriff family. Almost like nothing happened. Oh, quit your crying over there. You did this to yourself, Pierre. I had nothing to do with it anyway. I was out on a smoke break. A long one. And despite making some cereal on her own free will, Lonnie decides to snack from the mini fridge anyways because... why not? At least she didn't burn the cereal. She's not Homer Simpson now. The teenagers have finally woken up. I guess Stubert's bedroom at this point may as well be some random guest bedroom, albeit decorated more for a baby or a toddler. And speaking of which, looks like Stubert also forgot his teddy bear, which we'll name him, Roberto. Yeah, totally not Rupert at all. Certainly not. Daytime is present and marks the first day of work for Pierre and the first day of school for Christian and Rhonda. Now you might be asking me, how did I manage to get Pierre a job without a computer and before even getting a newspaper? Well, have you heard of this fancy program called SimPE? You'll love it or you're non-paid for money back guaranteed. Seriously, you should try to get your money back if you paid for SimPE. It's a free program for anyone and everyone to use, and I encourage anyone to download it to do a deeper dive into your neighborhoods with it. Now that everyone's out to their respective places, now all that is to focus on is Lonnie and Brain. Nothing special really occurred, but if you want to see what Lonnie and Brain were doing, go to around the 30-minute mark right before the cars vanish. All Lonnie did was play chess, have a drink, watch TV, and play piano, which the last one is what she'll be doing for a long while. Fitting as Lois plays piano in the intro for Family Guy in almost every episode. But it looks like the teenagers are back from school. I'm unsure if they're going to be able to do their homework, if free will would even help in that regard. At least they won't be taken away by the social worker just because they have F's in their report cards. They won't be able to get a job though, but can't really get a job with free will. But even then, as a teenager, you cannot sustain a job unless you have passing grades. So that means doing your homework. Regardless on how well they're doing in school, who doesn't like some good salsa? I mean, I like mine more caliente than the sisters. Something to really clear up your sinuses. Something to make you be able to breathe colors. Oh, the music kind? Oh yeah, that's not too bad either, especially the Sims 2 salsa. Have you been enjoying it so far? Well, I hope, yeah, because that's the only station you're gonna hear throughout this whole video. What I'm not enjoying, however, is the sight of Brain peeing on the floor. At least nobody can frame Stubert now since he's no longer in the household. If anything, frame it on the fat kid. It's no longer he's fat, stupid, and masturbates all the time. And I'm not trying to insult Bart now.
That's your son!
Oh. Right. Well, looks like Pierre's back from work, and he's gonna be in for a surprise, that's for sure. Dora stops by again, but she has no time to stop inside. Not until she gets growled at by Brain, who I guess is trying to be more assertive now. Like in that one episode where Brian has to receive a rectal pill, bites Peter, then becomes more dominant than Peter, and finally all of that changes with obedience school. Sometime later, and Lonnie gets a skill point in creativity. Now she can play the piano much better than before. Is it enough to recite the Family Guy intro, perhaps? Skipping around near the 43-minute mark, and Lonnie gets invited to the My Muse studio for music and dance. Even when Lonnie is asleep, he's desperate enough to greet her, until he then gets the message and then leaves Lonnie alone for her to get some sleep. Nighttime has come, and all we have present here is Charlene Ryun, the Shrine Maiden down in River Blossom Hills. All she wants to do is check out the newspaper. It's not like I can invite her in. My cursor hasn't even moved an inch. Either way, she's done now and has parted her way. And here's culprit number 1 of knocking over the trash can. All just for a tasty snack. Around 49 minutes is when Pierre begins practicing his piano work. Since it's fall, maybe he'll pick up the knowledge a lot better than he normally would. And that's exactly what you get, Brain, for eating out of the garbage can, you stupid dog. Around that same time is when Lonnie begins cooking up some hot dogs on the grill. The roles have reversed for a moment, it looks like. After a very early breakfast, the rest of the family begins to smustle outside. Breakfast smustle, anyone? Skipped ahead to the 59-minute mark. Pierre has been building up his creativity for a while, but it's almost time for everyone else to go to work and school respectively. We are 1 hour and 4 minutes in, and guess who we see at the front? No, not that chicken. This big motherfucker. And all that Charlie choking my chicken's gonna do is steal the newspaper. Because why not? It's not like I was using it anyway. And stop for a minute to stretch and breathe, I guess. Why not? 1 minute later is when we get our first chance card. We can't really take a chance on these, so the default option will always be to ignore the scenario. We are letting the game play itself, after all. Skipping over some more time, and Jason Greenman stops on by. Everyone is in the wrong beds, and Lonnie just clogged the toilet. Thankfully, Pierre isn't up and about to take a picture of the aftermath. I mean, it did happen in Family Guy at some point.
Hey, check it out, you guys. I got a new cell phone that takes pictures. Look, I took a picture of Lois's poo.
Oh, that's hilarious. You should email that to me.
1 hour and 15 minutes in, and Stella Roth is just passing on by. All while Christian plays some pool while Lonnie just sleeps through the balls clacking on one another.
That's what she said.
Not much has happened since the 1 hour and 15 minute mark. All Pierre did was work on his creativity skills, but around the 1 hour and 27 minute mark was when the hobby instructor came back, greeted Pierre, and gave Pierre the membership. Take notice on Christian's icon. This begins the unfortunate moment, what every Sims 2 player fears the most. Pink fucking soup. Oh, come on, now it's happening in the game itself. Only on Christian's hat, but this still can't be good. And I can't do much about it either, as I was away playing Battle Chasers with my dad once again, and didn't bother to check up until much later on with that disaster I just mentioned. Now around 1 hour and 35 minutes is where we have another newspaper thief, and for sure it is a culty personality. Based on everyone's favorite assistant in Monster Rancher 2. 2 minutes from where we last were, and Rhonda gets a bonus of 225 simoleons by just spelling out simoleons. And despite that brilliant effort, she is doing terribly in school, and so is Christian. On to the 1 hour and 42-minute mark, not much has happened. Pierre got home and went to bed. Lonnie's visiting the therapist, it looks like, and Rhonda just got out of bed, just to complain that she's tired, which is rather pointless. You were already in bed, just shut up and go to sleep, goddammit. Your mother over here is freaking out and you're just complaining that you're tired. Come on. Skipping over a few minutes now, Christian has just been practicing some chess, working on his logic points, or rather, trying to. He's still fat, stupid, and masturbates all the time as Peter confuses Bart with his own son.
No wonder he's fat and stupid and masturbates all the time.
10 minutes from that point, another hobby instructor visits, all to give a membership pass to Christian, from just playing chess for quite a while now. Just like with Lonnie, this instructor tries to greet Christian, only to see him sleeping in a bed already, getting the message. 3 minutes later and it begins to rain. Pierre stops looking through the mini fridge to check out the freaking sweet rain. Then afterwards he begins to stuff his face full of food. Just remember that you need to save and conserve your stock. There is a good reason I had to make this lot almost fridge galore. This ain't the Sims 1 where you had to like buy your groceries automatically. You gotta buy your groceries manually, through the phone, or to go to a community lot, neither of which I can do at the moment. And finally, he decides to make a meal, which is toaster pastries, right in the oven, because why not?
A few moments later.
But it turned out to be a success to bake them in the oven. This method would work better in the smaller toaster oven, but it'll do. Morning has risen and oh my lord, what in the fuck, there's pink puddles everywhere now. Yeah, it's best to watch where you walk now, let all the pink soup soak into the ground now. The good news is, at least Pierre has a day off, but the kids still gotta go to school. Hey Christian, look, I don't mean to bother your bathroom break, but what the hell are you reading? Also, it looks like you just missed a bus, all because brain stinks. Oh, look at that now, a warning from the repo men out there. There isn't much we can do about this, so we'll have to see what they take from us. Rhonda's doing terrible in school, but that's not my main concern. My main concern is that the place looks like absolute shit. Overgrown hedges, holes in the ground, weeds on the ground, dying flowers, Mr. Humble's unopened present. Yeah, quite humble living if you ask me now. Just gonna do the smustle now, right on the homework. Nice little synchronization there from Lonnie and Rhonda. All while Christian handles his meat wrong.
That's what she said.
Skipping over to the 2 hour and 15-minute mark, and Brain's not using his brain at the moment, as he's rolling around in his own piss it looks like. You dirty dog, you. About 7 minutes later, and Christian gets ready for bed, except that his pajamas and whole body practically turn pink. Meanwhile, before catching that bit, I wanted to mostly point out Pierre playing in the bathtub, until that pink soup deal occurred. Around the 2 hour and 25-minute mark, and the same thing happens to Pierre. Straight to bed with the pink soup asserting its dominance over these Sims. The same thing happens to Lonnie when playing fetch outside with Brain. And while outside, Brain encounters the leader of the pack, just sniffing each other. I mean, that's how dogs usually greet one another, right? And even while T-posed, Lonnie decides to work on the house by pulling some weeds outside, even in her current state. And not only that, both Brain and the leader of the pack get into a fight. Who's gonna win this one? And due to the dog fight, Lonnie just stops what she's doing just to cheer on her own dog. Does he have the edge? A very intense brawl, I'll say. So, how's your day going so far? I hope it's going pretty well. And sadly, Brain loses that one. Ouch. Skipping over to the 2 hour and 28-minute mark, the pack leader and Brain go at it once again. This time it was initiated by Brain, hopefully to get even with that asshole. But can Brain win this time? Lonnie, of course, doing nothing but cheering on. Real fucking helpful there, lady. And sadly, once again, Brain loses that battle. Maybe you shouldn't be fucking with those wolves. But at least Lonnie gets her body fixed up after being outside, infected from the pink soup. And never mind, she's back to T-posing and pink souping, but in the shower this time. Maybe it's only temporary, and her whole body will return once she steps out of the shower. I feel like I myself need a shower after witnessing that moment. Both Pierre and Christian have finally awakened, and it turns out that Lonnie's icon has pink souped. To answer anyone's questions if I have chimed in every now and then, just in case if I haven't, or if I forgot, yes, I have been chiming in. I have noticed the pink soup from time to time, but I decided to keep pressing forward anyways. Yeah, it looks like my game is falling down, and not like the movie, although that movie really is a funny and badass one. But in all seriousness, this is gonna be like this for a while, but just you wait until we get to the winter times. Let me just say that Pierre's boss is gonna be horrified seeing this all happen, or they probably won't care. But now I wonder if that boss is Mr. Weed or Angela. Three minutes later, and guess who shows up? All because these Sims cannot pay their bills and I didn't bother to get the green energy for them. We get a nice visit from the Repo Man, making this the second time we get locked out of build and buy mode. And, well, looks like everyone's gonna have to share a bathtub now, because this cocksucking fuckhead decided to take the one shower tub combo with the toddler's potty in it. At least take that shit. No, don't take a shit. I said take that shit. And there he goes, with my shower tub combo. Nothing else, thankfully, but fuck you regardless, Repo Man. Also, Rhonda, now is not the time to smustle. Your shower tub got repossessed and you're fine with that? Oh, and another chance card to interrupt this moment. Let's just skip ahead a little. Nothing too special around the 2-hour and 42-minute mark, but just Sheko himself showing up. And he himself ain't doing so fine. Unlike his fine furniture down there. Down where? Why, of course, down in Blue Water Village. That's where. Just this notification of Stubert no longer becoming a family friend made me chuckle. Just losing a toddler as a family friend just sounds so funny to me. Even when it comes from your own toddler. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's too late to repair that relationship, as I can't do a damn thing about it. And he's doing fine at the foster home. You know, I wonder what this fellow is surprised about. Maybe because he finished his own game of pool, perhaps? And about 10 minutes later, after his own game of pool, it looks like that man has began to network with Lonnie. All we get in return is some boosted reputation, which is better than nothing. Or even getting penalized, as a matter of fact. And at the 3-hour mark, finally, is when Pierre shows us his bathroom routine. Quite a way of using the toilet there, buddy. Aw, how romantic. Pierre and Lonnie just about to watch the stars. Or were about to. I guess maybe due to Pierre's BO, or his placement on the ground, or perhaps both. And just right after that, he decides to raid the outside fridge. Considering the nature of this challenge, quote unquote, and considering on what happened with the Repo Man from earlier, I think it was a very good call to stock up this household with a bunch of fridges, in case either one of them gets stolen, repossessed, or is empty. Really, Brain? You just had to do it on the rug. Yeah, good luck to anyone trying to frame Stubert this time. Maybe if a rock was nearby and present, perhaps the pet rock did it.
See that? Huh? Huh? Bad rock. Bad. We do that outside.
Oh hey, another one of these messages. Man, I wonder what the Repo Man's gonna take this time when that day comes. Now Pierre and Lonnie are gonna be watching the clouds, now that Pierre got his stink all cleared up. Can't check on Lonnie's, nor anyone else's motives. We can only see how Pierre is doing. After all, he is the family guy.
He said it!
I'm sure with the amount of times my game has pink souped in this run, that no crashes happened. This was also at the time before I messed around with the graphics rulemaker once again, to try to see if I can get better results. Running older games on newer hardware is a straight up gut punch, let me tell you. Outside of that, we spagats as much as you can spageet. Smelled a very nice plate of pink Yeti. Very appetizing. And while you're at it, why don't you listen to Pierre's dirty joke? Is it enough to make him laugh so hard he shits himself? Well, considering all the fart sounds, he may be telling the vagina is in the sink joke. And because I just mentioned it, Pierre may have shit himself, even if his bladder or hygiene don't show it. Playing Punch You, Punch Me while it's a T-posing head. What can go wrong? Oh, right. Lonnie's grouchy personality can go wrong during this game. And now skipping over to the 3 hour and 36 minute mark, it is time for work and school, respectively, for everyone. Leaving Lonnie alone at the house with Brain again. Good time to focus on some chores while it's a floating head. Now over to the 3 hour and 39 minute mark, and the Repo Man has showed up once again to collect our debts that will never be paid. What will the Repo Man take this time? And we have a brief moment of pinkness from the guy. Looks like some kind of a wall decoration has been taken. I don't know, I have the walls down to see the action, god damn it. But he's not done yet, he's got something else to take. Right into Rhonda's room he goes. Oh no, he took my arts and crafts. Whatever the fuck shall I ever fucking do about it? What's so valuable about a bunch of fucking scraps and other art materials scattered around a pile anyway? Huh? So basically a wall decoration and Rhonda's arts and crafts project. That's just her luck, honestly. That's really Meg's luck, to be honest with you. Brace yourselves. Winter's coming. As snow is falling down, but will it snow enough to cover the ground with it? Nope. Yeah, keep piling up your homework. The shit you're never gonna get done in life. Oh hey, Pierre brought a friend over from work. Looks like one of those Blue Water Village townies, Cleve Royce. If you want to go by their names from the game files, of course. But in this River Blossom Hills, his name is John Chun, and he's ready to play some pool. And just before playing pool, he begins to pink soup out for just a bit. And right about the 4 hour mark is when we receive another snowfall. Will it last longer than the first time we saw it in this run? Yeah, we got a snowfall, right? Of straight up pink. Eating the yellow snow and red snow is bad enough. How about the pink flashing snow? What does that taste like? Yeah, it's been a horrible week so far, Lonnie. Especially since your family's now in the pink soup realm. Around the 4 hour and 4 minute mark, the pink snow has melted away to form the actual snow layer. But we still got some other problems. A minute or so later, and now we got a bigger layer of actual snow. While some objects may be flashing pink still, at least it's not the snow doing it, like it was before. Never mind, I spoke too fucking soon. Ah well, like I mentioned before, don't eat the pink snow. And despite it snowing both actual and pink snow, it's still a school day for both Christian and Rhonda. It'll always be a work day for Pierre regardless of weather condition. The boss doesn't give a fuck if it's pink souping outside. Get your ass to the office and pronto. A few minutes later and all of the pink snow has melted away. For now, that is. And while killing some time, Brain goes outside in the snow to play with a wolf outside. At least the wolf's cool with it. Oh man, I'd be so tempted to take them all, but I'm afraid I can't do a damn thing about it. Christian and Rhonda may not be doing so well in school, but Christian's more than happy to celebrate about it. And why not celebrate failing grades by doing the smustle? 1 minute later and Lonnie's in the zone.
Auto zone.
No, not that zone, the musical zone. And of course, while Christian's celebrating about it, Rhonda's crying about her bad grades. And now she's celebrating about it. Jesus Christ.
What? Get the Escalade. We're out of here.
What I'm saying is, make up your mind, girl. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you crying about it or happy about it? The fucking hell's wrong with you? Random penguin sighting at 4 hours and 17 minutes. And now, the hobby instructor has came back to congratulate Lonnie on her achievements. She receives a plaque in which we cannot display her proudest moments, so it'll be stuck in her inventory for a very long while. And now, thanks to that piece of fucking dog shit repo cocksucking fuckhead, the family now has to share a bathroom for cleaning themselves up. Thankfully he didn't take the toilets or we'd have another mess to worry about. So now Pierre's gonna have to wait until Christian is done. In which, funny enough, he happens to be done with the bathtub. Pierre and Lonnie attempt to watch the clouds together, and at the same spot they were going to watch the stars under before. It did work for a moment, but mainly due to Pierre's BO, that session didn't last long. Yeah, Rhonda and Christian do have the opportunity to go to college, but there's nothing I can do about that, I am afraid, nor do I give a fuck about it for this run. The actual snow layer has melted, and now has revealed a pink snow layer. Back to the pink soup realm we go. Much earlier, the puddles were pink, but now they're back to normal, whereas the snow is now pink. But nice of Lonnie to mop up that mess. Can she clean the bigger mess up though? That being to shovel all this pink snow out of here. You would need more than just her to do it. You would need the whole family, and maybe a few friends on board. Ah, never a bad time to hang out, even when it's this ugly outside. Well, it looks like the pink layer has cleared up, most of it, and for now at least. Time to enjoy the house on how it looks, while we can. And 1 minute later, we are back to the big layer of white snow. Can't believe I have to label the snow by color now. We have gotten to this fucking point. Yeah, especially when the pink snow has returned to fuck with the Hippogriff family once more. Now covering more than just a plot of land that they own. We're truly in the pink soup realm now. But hey, snow day, baby! Now I would have subjected you to some more bits of the pink soup realm, but there wasn't much special that happened. But we're back to the white snow on the ground. So now it's not so much of an eyesore now, though we still got some pink soup still present. Now that Lonnie has mastered the music and dance hobby, she can now instruct others as well. Even while as a head, she knows her lessons well, and she's passing her knowledge on to you! Ah, nice, a little reputation boost for Christian. For quite a dumbass Pierre can be, he sure is one creative genius. Thank you, Lonnie, for the assistance, though I think she helped more out with his enthusiasm than his skills. But still, thank you nonetheless. Nighttime is not the right time to have pink soup. What a horrible night to have a curse indeed. At least it was only for like a minute or two. Nothing too special was missed while in that state. Skipping over to the 5 hour and 30-second mark, just to see Lonnie raid the mini fridge for some milk. Could just make something instead of wasting food supplies by not eating them in a meal. Or just going for a bag of chips. Now I wonder, who stores chips inside the fridge and why? I'm talking about chips in the bag, not chips as in what the British call French fries. On the other hand, they call the bag chips crisps. And I have no beef with any of that. It's not until Rhonda steps in with a tray of stuff to make cereal with. Now, how can anyone fuck up cereal? Well, maybe we should ask Homer Simpson that, as he managed to burn cereal of all things. Now that's something I'd be expecting Spencer Shea to be doing as well, considering that guy's a firebender by how many times his stuff just somehow ignites on fire.
I'm new to the CB radio world and I was just... How?
Granted that Spencer Shea may be an idiot.
But I'm not stupid.
That being said, the cereal is now ready, in case anyone in the family wants some. I mean, how bad can Rhonda's cereal be now? Oh, yeah, just because she's Rhonda, and she gets all the bad luck you can throw at her. Remember that question I just asked? Well, 5 minutes later, and I guess it was just that bad. But hey, you know what they say.
All toasters toast toast.
Yeah, that's what they also say, Mario, but there's another saying, which Luigi can answer for us on that one.
Looks are deceiving when Koopas are involved.
Yep, that's the saying I was referring to. Thank you, Luigi. Skipped over some more time, nothing too special happened while I did so. Same old messages with Christian and Rhonda doing terribly in school. But hey, at least we got some more company to witness this shit show. Also, skunk sighting. Better hope that brain don't get sprayed. I remember when the same thing happened to Brian, which made him become an outside dog for a while. Well, he already stinks beforehand, so that saved the skunk from doing its magic. Them damn fart squirrels, let me tell you about them damn fart squirrels, y'all. Rather than stuffing his face, or making a meal, we see something new from this playthrough. Of course, I always knew teens can play with, and on the fridge if their aspiration is low enough. It's sad to see the teenagers not doing so hot in their aspiration, or in their lives. But it's so funny just watching them play with, or on the fridge. We should probably invite both Mario and Luigi over, because Lonnie has made lots of spaghetti!
Luigi, look! It's from Bowser. Dear pesky plumbers, the Koopalings and I have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess is now a permanent guest at one of my 7 Koopa hotels. I dare you to find her if you can.
And that explains why those two cannot come over. All because of those damned Koopalings and Bowser himself. Here we got the friend that Christian brought over. Turned out to be a two-faced son of a bitch. First, this guy named Patrick Bertino just annoys Christian. Then afterwards, he just straight up insults Christian. Then after Christian is bawling his eyes out, Patrick Bertino goes in for the poke. Damn, Sims and The Sims 2 have no chill, and you know what? As bad as that can happen to some of my Sims, it's still funny to see the no chill side of this game. I mean, go into a community lot sometime, there's bound to be a big old fight out of the blue. All started from 2 NPCs rejecting positive interactions, then just saying fuck it and just going for the negative ones. Yeah, see you later, cocksnot. Sure, he'll shake the hand of Rondolph fine and such, spit in the face of Christian. Goest and fucketh thou self. And in English, take it away past Stephen Ogg.
Go fuck yourself!
Man, Ron was right. Trevor's gone full Vinewood. Anyways, 5 minutes later and Pierre is up and out from bed. He did have an action regarding that chicken statue. Maybe someone stole it or something. I can't tell, it's pink soup into all hell and back. And now it looks like the pink snow layer has cleared up. Yes, there's still some more pink flashing and all that stuff, but there's not much I can do about it at the moment. Yeah, I could have waited a bit longer, fucked around with Graphics Rule Maker some more, in hope to get the better results. However, I feel like it adds a little more shock value, like what Family Guy's got, at least in this case. I dread to get pink soup in my normal playthroughs, but whatever. I'll say fuck it for this deal. Oh, looky here. Do you notice another notice? Because of course I do. I wonder what the Repo Man's gonna take the next time he's over here. And 3 minutes later, we get a chance card we cannot chance. Because I'm not allowed to touch the controls. But I think Christian would have used game metaphors, but what do I know? What would you do in this situation? And another minute of waiting later, we get another chance card, or it's the marble one like from last time. I'm starting to think that you know how Mary Sue has a chance card where both outcomes are bad? Doesn't matter which way Rhonda goes, it'll end badly for her. She's got that Meg luck. Speaking of having that Meg luck, looks like she's got an F in school. Can we pay our respects for her? Meanwhile, Christian is just doing terribly. I'd be expecting the reverse, or at least Rhonda doing much better in school. Just like how Meg isn't a failing student, but is just rather a punching bag to everyone else. Christian was happy a moment ago, doing a dance to celebrate, and now those smiles are gone. It's because of the homework pileup? Was it because of Patrick picking on you? You can tell your old pal Stardust over here. Never mind that. Tell me how your body was able to pink soup as you opened up the fridge. Did you expose the frigid pinkness onto yourself? Because that's what it looked like happened. And as soon as we get these notifications, the pink snow has returned once again. Now as for the notifications, we have no desire for college with these two, so stop bugging me about this please, and thank you to fuck very much. 10 minutes later and the pink snow layer and big white snow layer have cleared up. But when are we gonna see greener pastures and not like pink purgatory and all that nonsense? Oh hey, someone's interested in watching Rhonda do some housework out in the snow. Fancy some pink squares, anyone? Very appetizing, if you will.
Wow, that is delicious. Finally, some good fucking food.
Well said, Gordon Ramsay. Guess who's back? Back again. Repo's back. Tell a friend. I wonder what he's gonna take this time. However, he's not looking too good, but pink soup ain't gonna stop him from doing his job. I guess he got caught up in the pink soup blizzard, as he's finding the house so far. Never mind, he went back out into the pink blizzard. He's going outside to the backyard to take the doghouse from out back. Oh well, at least Brain has a bed inside. Well, I guess he decided to take the fucking doghouse, you cruel bastard. Where's John Wick where you need him? But it's not over yet. He's still got to collect more of those debts. And what better item to help repay off some debts than to take the baseball mitt and baseball bat? I'd like to hit him upside on the head with a baseball bat. That'd be fucking badass. Yeah, that really paid off those debts well. The doghouse I can maybe understand. A little fucked up as it's the house for the dog, but at least Brain is an inside dog. However, the baseball stuff? Really? That's like the fucking arts and crafts from earlier. Nothing too special at the moment after all that shit happened, but let's take a look at Pierre's icon. Glitchy, yes, but look around his glasses, as they shimmer some pink from time to time. He's another fellow that sees the world in pink, just like Golden Child back when he was a child. And after a hard day of work, inside the pink realm, it's a nice and perfect time to relax and sleep it all off. I would be too if I saw this whole fucking mess. For a moment, I thought Lonnie's floating head was Chester Geike or Geeks or whatever his last name is pronounced as, but guess who showed up as I was thinking about him? Chester himself. And just like that, greener pastures have finally arrived. A few pink puddles, but whatever. At least the whole game itself isn't an eyesore at the moment. That really was one harsh winter. Now is the perfect time to do the yard work here. Christian decides to help his mother out with that by pulling some weeds as well. Both now hard at work, and both Christian and Rhonda are about to age up soon, nearing the end of this challenge. Outside of the left side looking like trash, our left by the way, and that knocked over garbage can. At least the right side looks a little nicer. And speaking of that knocked over garbage can from earlier, Christian comes to save the day by setting his meal down and picking the can back up. But it looks like he forgot about another can. One that he has to toss in the can he just picked up. And just like that, another snowfall has occurred. Hope we don't go into pink purgatory now. About a minute later, no snow after that minor snowfall. So as I'm skipping over some time as not much has happened, I noticed the kiss ones being fulfilled, despite the kiss being a family kiss. Do those count? It's a little strange to think about it in that way. I was just gonna point out the fact that everyone's just chilling around the outside area inside the sunroom. Until that occurred. Outside of that, hey look, it's morning now. Rise and shine. Oh wait, everyone's already up and about. All looking fine and dandy. Looks like I found the culprit to why the garbage can was kicked down in the first place. Because of Christian and his low aspiration. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, Lonnie, me too. I need a drink as well after this playthrough. or preferably a smoke. Notice me, Repo Senpai, as if you already haven't done that by now. Even as a floating head, Lonnie still has some moves. And while she's dancing, Christian and Rhonda are playing red, or rather, pink hands, despite asserting one's dominance over another. Who can assert their dominance the best? A few minutes later, and we get the notification to age up Rhonda and Christian, except that we cannot, and we will have to wait until the next sim day for them to age up on their own without any cake, or without me clicking on them to grow up. And because of Christian knocking over the garbage can earlier, guess what Spawn did? Not only do we have to combat flies from dirty plates, but we have to now combat cockroaches. Those nasty bastards. I have to deal with them enough in my own place. At least they're easier to get rid of in The Sims 2. I don't know about that if you're playing with free will only, but we'll find out later. No matter what you do, Pierre, you're not going to get rid of them by just stomping on them. You need more than that to succeed the battle against those cocksucking cockroaches. Either spray them yourself or hire an exterminator. And I don't think Sims are smart enough to do either of those on their own. Unsure about the former, but we'll have to find out soon. And now it looks like Rhonda is trying to help out with the roach problem, by also stomping on those bastards. That's not gonna work, as Pierre already tried that method long before you decided to intervene, Rhonda. Oh, come on, Rhonda. You know, I'd be expecting Pierre to do that because, you know, Peter farts a lot on the show, but what the fuck? As soon as Rhonda picks up the garbage can, Christian knocks it over again, all due to his low aspiration. While he may have stomped on those bastards at first, however, it seems to believe that he is smart enough to use the bug spray on those assholes. Guess that answers the question if Sims can use the bug spray on them via free will. But hey, at least the bug spray worked wonders, unlike the stomping method. Great chance of getting sick right there. As he goes right back to stomping. You had a grand idea at first, what the fuck, man? And he's just gonna leave the roach bodies right there, for other roaches to probably snack on. Which, fun fact, they are cannibalistic, so therefore, like Jeffrey Dahmer, will eat their own kind. And now it looks like our luck with the plumbing is going to shit. First we got one of our shower tubs repossessed, and now this one breaks on us. Even with all of that water spraying out, Christian doesn't mind while he's taking a bath. Still gets the job done, right? More or less 5 minutes later, and speaking of repossession, guess who shows up one last time for this playthrough? Yep, this guy once a fucking again. I wonder what he's gonna take this time. Oh, he did not just take my chair from the sunroom. That fucking asshole. It's still not over yet. He's still got some more stuff to take, though. What do you think he's gonna take next? And looks like he has taken the Pixarm desk lamp. Can't read now without that lamp, asshole. Nor can I pop any balls with it. What the fuck, dickhead? How about I pop your balls after I kick him right there, you fucking piece of shit? So, all he took was one chair and a lamp. God fucking damn it. But hey, at least he didn't take any of the fridges, so that's a good thing. Oh hey, a chance card which we can never fulfill. Kickball or dodgeball. Both do sound like fun, but if we pick dodgeball, this one team would pick everyone but her. Just like with Meg.
I pick everyone except Meg.
Fair enough. Go!
Like, how the fuck is that a fair fight? One against the rest of PE class? Yeah, that sounds real fair, but yeah, that's pretty much Meg, so what can I say? And because of all that stomping around on the roaches, both Lonnie and Pierre become sick with the flu. I mean, that's on them because they didn't follow what Christian did earlier with the bug spray. And despite Christian's genius effort with the bug spray, it looks like that Christian himself is one of the worst performing students, alongside with Rhonda. And as if things couldn't get worse for him, Christian also becomes sick with the flu. Now hopefully this family can recover in no time, if they're smart enough to do so, that is. And because Pierre didn't go to work that day, he's lucky enough to have a vacation day. So, free money here. Skipping over some time now, and looks like the final day of being a teenager has finally come for both of these teenagers. They're gonna be on their way to adulthood now. And due to the aging mechanic included in free time, no matter how long I have waited for this pop-up to fuck off, it just wouldn't. Pretty much stopping this challenge dead in its tracks. But I'm pretty satisfied with the results here. But let me just say this, that run was quite something, and it's quite sad that Stubert couldn't stay in the family for very long due to poor parenting thanks to free will. But if he were to age up as a teenager, this run would have been shorter as I would have had to change his aspiration from grow up to something more appropriate for him. But I guess the visit from the social worker also makes sense as it did happen in Family Guy before, when the Griffins and their neighbors won the parade and fought over who gets to keep the trophy. It was also quite sad that Pink Soup had to occur in the middle of the run, but it adds more shock value, I guess. Just like Family Guy. With all of that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the summarized version of me letting my game run for 7 to 8 hours. If you want to check out the full video, the link is down in the description for you to enjoy. And with that, I will see you all in the next playthrough or video in general.